Brought to you by Slapsticks Comedy Club. Apparently, our one technical glitch we had today was this. So, good job, guys. Made it all the way to 5:55. So, really proud of you both.
It's like giving up a solo home run in a 0-0 game in the midst of a no-hitter.
Or bringing up a no-hitter in the middle of a no-hitter.
Yeah, so there you go. There it was, Jack, right there. That was the thing. Brought to you by Slapsticks Comedy Club. Get your tickets now, slapstickscomedy.com. We had great shows opening up last weekend. Again, great stuff going on at Slapsticks. All right, top 5 Big 12 quarterbacks. Number 5, Kansas State's Skylar Thompson. And he comes back off a season of injury. Look, we heard Chris Kleiman say that he is going to be in a competition, but I still think he's here. He's the quarterback, and they give their young freshman who had to play at 17 years old a little more time. I think Kansas State's going to probably be okay this year. I think they're looking at, to me, an 8-win season.
Yeah, I think they are, too. That's a toss-up game between them and Baylor at the moment. It might not be by the time it rolls around one way or the other, but Skylar Thompson and K-State were, 4-1 when he got hurt?
Yeah.
Something like that. So clearly they got off to a nice start with him, but, a full season of him could do them a world of good and maybe change not the trajectory, because I think they're on an somewhat upward trajectory, but he could really skyrocket them upward with a big season.
I'll tell you right now, Baylor hopes that they don't have a skyrocketing season, because that's one of the teams that's right there in that little
in the scrum.
Yeah.
Number 4, TCU's Max Duggan. He was here today as well, and someone who, again, we talked about it, maybe Kenny Hill can balance him out a little bit. If he can just be steady, he can really be annoying for people. Really be annoying.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. He kind of makes me think of some of the guys that are overrated just for being good, like Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah.
And Sam Ehlinger's a really good player, but I don't think there's anything like that's so special about any of those guys, but they're just really good. And Duggan's a guy who I don't think there's anything super special about him in any way. I mean, he's good, throwing, he's good running. I mean, there's nothing, though, that I'm like, wow, Max Duggan did that. But he's got skills, and I think he could definitely take a major step forward this year.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 3, Spencer Sanders at Oklahoma State.
Wild card.
I mean, he's a wild card. He's kind of like the diet version of Brett Favre at Southern Miss, where, look, some balls are getting intercepted, but some are going 75 in the air. And that's just what Spencer Sanders does. If he can channel that energy, it's kind of a different thing from Max Duggan. Max Duggan just needs to calm down. Spencer Sanders, and be level-headed. Spencer Sanders just needs to harness his own superpowers.
Yeah, but then again, that's part of his superpowers.
Yeah.
And so, you live and die with someone like that. And then you would think another year. I talked about this in the Big 12.
Last year.
Just a little bit smarter, a little more more composure.
Yeah. Number 2, Brock Purdy, Iowa State. Was at the Manning camp. That's why he wasn't here today. But, Brock Purdy's been very steady, and he's gotten better. And every college team would want a Brock Purdy. I'm telling you, you name any college team, they'd want, not everybody can have the number 1 quarterback that's on this list, and not everybody can have, guys like Baker Mayfield. But if you told me I could have a Brock Purdy for 3 or 4 years, I'd want him. I'd take him.
And you heard, if you did listen to Matt Campbell on the main stage, what he was saying about Brock Purdy and all the things that he's learned at the end of the year where he was playing at the level. Because remember, he turned it on against Baylor, but it was in the second half, because early on in that game he was not good, and Baylor's defense was in his grill and in his head. And he found a way to not let that ruin the day and came back and was pretty strong.
And I would be remiss if I did not know it. I would hope his brother has the same exact career that he has, because he's at a school that's very important to me. Number 1, Spencer Rattler. This is obvious. He's the best quarterback in the league. I mean, there's no one else that has the skill set that he has and has the ceiling that he has. And Craig's made a lot of good points about him. If he can be the quarterback at Oklahoma and only the quarterback at Oklahoma and not be a reality star, that team is really in for a great season.
Yeah, he's very special, and he, we love Tanner Mordecai, who's now at SMU, but you could see he's
no comparison.
He's at a different level. He took the job as a true freshman, grabbed it.
I mean, you'd have to be such a perfect like decision maker to even try to even get a sniff of a chance to beat out Spencer Rattler for that job, because the talent, the natural talent's just too good. Like he's got gifts, and Tanner does too, but not to the level that Spencer Rattler has.
He would have had to come in and get in trouble or something like that.
Yeah,
Something bad would have had to happen with Spencer Rattler for Tanner to still beat OU. And that's I mean, that's not Tanner. That's not anybody. Like, it could have been anybody.
Right.
You think about, look, Brandon Stewart had a really good career at A&M, and the reason he was at A&M is because he wound up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and there was a dude named Peyton Manning there. So sometimes you just got to go.
Thanks to Lincoln Riley, Chris Klein.